Alright, before I get into the video, I want to say a few things. Thank you viewer for taking the time to look at my video, it means a lot. Also make sure to subscribe if you are new here. M thinks she can defy the school's pandemic rules because she's a single mom. Warning, mobile formatting. Backstory. Last week we were finally able to get back to school, with some heavy precautions of course. We had to wear masks, sanitize constantly and keep social distance. We also had to bring a slip saying that we have a sense of smell etc. etc. No slip, no school. There's a little tent on the school lawn where we check our temperature and hand in our slip, only 4 at a time. M/entitled mom. Op/me. A/friend. SG/security guard. PT/poor teacher. Ed/entitled daughter. The plot. So it was our first day at school and we were all pretty excited. A and Op were happy to see each other without having to check our Wi-Fi and it was a good day. We were behind Ed, a girl who thought she could do anything without consequences because I don't have a dad, 11. We were chatting, with social distance of course, when we hear something from inside the tent. Ed, I forgot my slip, I'm really sorry. Is there anything I can do? PT, sighs, since it's your first day back I suppose you can call M to get your slip, but if you can't you can go home and join the other girls on your device. Other girls couldn't come to school because of family etc. so they join the lessons on Google Meet. So Ed goes to the secretary's office to go call her mom, but judging by the look on her face it looked like something was gonna go down. A few minutes had passed and A and Op had gotten our temperatures taken and we're sitting in a social distance circle with other friends. Everything was chill until we saw the monstrous M storm into the tent. We knew eavesdropping was wrong, but we wanted to know how M and Ed could wiggle their way out of this one, so we scooched our way closer to the tent. PT, please keep your distance ma'am. M practically shrieking I am social distanced. But what I wanna know is why Ed couldn't go to school because of a piece of paper. PT, please calm down. We need that slip to confirm that she doesn't have any other symptoms of COVID-19. We do the temp checking here, but that's all we can do to see if she isn't infected. Without the slip it's like letting a bomb into the school. Ed, please. I don't wanna be on a Google Meet, I wanna be with my gals. This statement made me cringe all the way down into my liver, but judging by the smell it might have been my lower intestine. PT, listen, we understand that it's stressful on the first day but we can't just let her into the school like that. If you brought the slip, then we would but I don't think you did ma'am. M, why would I print a piece of paper like that? So M didn't even bother to print the slip. Oh boy. PT, ma'am, you have to print the slip. Oh boy, this was it? She began screaming and I'm pretty sure she would hit poor PT if she could, but before that could happen A and Op with another friend went to go get a SG. We found one, and oh boy he looked pissed. We went to the scene of the crime and there they were, Ed with a smug smile, M pulling out her trump card of being a single mom and PT ascending to the fourth realm of consciousness. SG, ma'am, please leave the premises. M, I am a single mother and you are abusing my daughter's right to education. I'll EFF you all. I'll do it. SG drags M and Ed to their car, with gloves on of course, don't want to get the entitled germs. They continued their screaming all the way home. Ed didn't come to any of the meets that day and the next day we were told that Ed and M decided it would be best to stay home. For family protection. The end. M leaves her kid in my garden, then storms out after I tell her off. This happened about an hour ago and I'm still irritated about it. I'm a single mother to 3 kids. D is 5, S1 is 4 and S2 is almost 2. My eldest 2 were heartbroken when they learned that we couldn't visit our local park because of the current pandemic, nasty germs, as they call it, so to entertain them I bought quite a few new things for them to play with. My family have also contributed to this, including buying and setting up a Wendy house and moving a large plastic climbing frame with 2 attached slides from my uncle's house to here. I'm very grateful for everything they've done. My kids love playing outside and I'm lucky to have a lot of garden space. I understand that not everyone has a lot of space in their gardens, but we also live in a rural area, so there's a lot of land to explore, including walking trails, a lake, and mountains. You can see everything kid-related from the street. My garden isn't level over one side, so I put everything on that side instead. Onto the story. SK, sweet kid, about 7M, entitled mother, late 30s/early 40s. S2 had just gone down for his nap when D and S1 asked if they could go out to play in the garden. I said okay, unlocked the door for them, locked the front gate, just a simple metal clasp to join it together so the kids can't open it, and then headed back in to start tidying up. I went upstairs to put some clothes away and heard the gate close. I thought that it might be my stepfather dropping off some treats for the kids, so imagine my surprise when I walked out the front door and saw a child instead. D is very good with fiddly things like the clasp on the gate, but she can't open it, so I assume that M opened it, let SK in, then closed it again. Me, oh, hi there. What are you doing here? SK, hi, my ma'am said that I could come in to play. Can I? Me, surprised and confused to say the least, where is your ma'am now? I'm sorry honey, but I don't think I know you. What's your name? SK, my name is SK, my ma'am said she'd be back soon. Me, she left you here? SK, yeah, can I go and play now? Me, feeling bad for the kid, okay, but I'll have to ask you to clean your hands first. Do you know about the nasty germs? She nods, okay good, I'll go and get some things and then we'll sort you out. I go inside to get my hand gel, help SK clean her hands and then walk with her to the back of the garden. Me, D, S1 this is SK. She's going to be here for a little bit. How about we do some drawings with chalk? The kids all say yes, so I draw some lines between them all and tell them that it's their drawing space to give them some room to socially distance. I keep an eye on them but also turn to check the street every so often. I was busy helping S1 get a stone out of his sandal when I heard the gate close again. M, SK. Time to go. Me, oh hi, you must be SK's ma'am. Can I have a word, please? I gesture a little way away from the kids. M, no, we have to go now. I have to get back home to let my dog out. Me, well, I'd like an explanation before you leave. Why did you just leave SK in my garden? Why didn't you at least knock on the door and ask? M, I needed to go to the shop and didn't want to take her with me. Normally I'd let her play in the park but it's closed, so when I saw your garden I thought it was a great idea. I'm sure you understand how stressful it is to be a ma'am during this time. Me, I do, but I also understand how irresponsible it is to leave your child with a stranger while you go elsewhere. The things in this garden belong to me and my kids, not to anyone who happens to be walking past. M, you're not a stranger, I've seen you on the school run and knew you lived here. Me, I didn't recognize SK, and I didn't recognize you either. Knowing someone from the school doesn't instantly mean you can just leave them with that person. M, why are you making such a stink about this? It's done now anyway. Me, I'm making a stink about this because you left your child here, with a stranger, that you didn't know. If she'd have been here any longer I'd have rang the police. M, why would you have gone that far over this? You're a fucking selfish bitch, keeping the gate locked when other kids could be making use of the stuff here. Me, are you seriously that fucking stupid? You left your child here. If my youngest wasn't napping, I'd have asked SK where she lived and taken her back to your house. I'd have quite happily waited outside to give you a bollocking then, too. What kind of parent leaves their child with a stranger while they pop to the shop? Next time don't leave your child in a stranger's garden and you won't have any problems. If you drop SK here again, I will ring the police. What if I didn't actually live here? What if something happened to her? Come on SK, we're leaving. I'm not going to stand here and listen to a child tell me how to parent. I'm 23, so yes, a young parent. Me, well clearly this child can parent better than you can. Get the fuck out of my garden. Now. Glares at me, grabs SK by the arm and starts storming off. SK looks sad and waves at me, I wave back with an apologetic look on my face. I feel so sorry for her. After she left, D strides up to me with her arms folded over her chest. She's smiling, so I know it isn't something serious. Me, what's wrong D? D, you said naughty words. Me, chuckling, sorry baby. Mammy'll put some money in the naughty word pot. The naughty word pot money goes towards sweets for them if we go to the shop, yes, all together. No child endangerment here. And that's it? I'm hoping I don't see much of M when school eventually starts back up, but I'd be happy to see SK again. She and D played very nicely together and I could see the potential for friendship there. Edit. I've had a few comments about one thing or another, so I'll just answer here. The park. When she said that she would leave SK in the park to go to the shop, I assume she means the local tiny shop directly opposite the park. It has huge glass windows and a crystal clear view of the park, which is quite small too. I'm not justifying her action of leaving SK there at all, but it might explain why she thought it was okay. Reporting M to some kind of children's services or the police. I mentioned in a comment that at first I thought that SK might have been lying about her mother leaving her there, so I decided to wait it out, so I didn't want to report her straight away. I thought that perhaps it was just a case of a child who wanted to play in a garden that was basically a park. If a child goes missing in this area, you know about it pretty quickly, as parents, family members, and neighbors will knock on doors asking if anyone has seen the missing child. After thinking on it, I called the non-emergency number for the police and reported what happened. They took SK's name and descriptions of both of them as well as my postcode etc. for an area reference, but other than that they said that not much could be done because of the lack of information that was available, no surnames, no first name for M, no known address. I would have called Children's Services, but their offices are closed for the weekend and only an emergency number is available. I didn't want to take up time on that line that another child could use, so I called the police instead. I hope that makes sense, and doesn't come across as I'm not worried about SK. I am. If I knew anyone who knew her, I'd be asking all sorts of questions to get more information to make a better report. Also, thank you to the people who have left very kind comments. I always feel like less of a mother because I had my kids so young, and I always feel like I have something to prove. Usually I have a very I don't give a fuck what you think attitude, but it's different when my kids are concerned. So much judgment goes around about all kinds of parents, whether they're young or not. It's so refreshing to see such lovely comments. TLDR, M leaves her child in my garden, my daughter potentially makes a new friend, M comes back and flies off the handle with me when I tell her off. Entitled mom demands I buy her son a kid's meal. To start off. Characters, me, just me PM, entitled mom K, kid W, worker M, manager. For some insight, I'm 22 and still in college. I have a part-time job at a Taco Bell and don't usually have a lot of money. It goes something like this. I walk into a Wendy's because I didn't feel like cooking, so I thought about getting Wendy's. Me, briefly tells the cashier what I'd like. M, hey, so you look rich. Me, heh, thanks I guess. M, so. Do you think you could buy my son a meal? Me, sorry, I don't have a lot of money and have things to pay. M tries to say to her son that she can't buy him dinner tonight in hopes to guilt me into it. M, please, I really need you to do this, I'm so broke. Me, I'm sorry but I really can't. M goes on about how outrageous this is and threatens me by saying things like, I'll sue you and my husband is a very powerful man. W, ma'am, I'm very sorry for you but you need to move on because you are causing a scene. M, are you fucking kidding me? You people are the reason why society can't move on. K starts saying things to the mom like, can we please go? Or mom, you're causing trouble. W takes control, ma'am, if you are going to act like this please leave the store. M becomes furious and demands that she speaks to the manager. M, this is ridiculous, I shouldn't have to deal with this shit. M, what's going on? The worker explains but is quickly cut off by M. M, this guy assaulted me. Long story short, when things got out of hand the M backed off quite quickly as soon as camera feed was brought up. Needless to say, I don't go to Wendy's as often anymore. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done yet. Thanks for watching.